we're going to get into some bees. I got a few things I need to get done today, so we're going to get in there. We're just going to address one hive today. We're going to get down into that. I'm going to try to do things a little different. I'm going to try to keep you guys up close and personal, see how best I can get you guys into the hive instead of having the thing. And I'm going to try to make a, we're going for this for the purpose of trying to make a walkway split, just a really small one. So I'm hoping that that is something that we'll be able to achieve today, but I actually don't know. So we'll find out. And Kangaroo, Damatra, how are you? So I got a couple supplies over here I need to grab. So let's grab these couple supplies so I have them with me. I need to get my smoke all smoky up. Okay. Got some smoke going. Okay, yeah, dude, I'll get that. I'll get you all the connection and such like that, so you'll be able to get on the Minecraft server. So, yeah, we'll get that set up in just a bit. Let me get this smoke all up here, ready to go. After I'm done with the bees, we'll focus. I'll get that done. Okay. I'll keep mine out, yes, sir. Okay. Let's head on down over to it now. On this lovely day that we're having today. So I'll show you guys. Let me carry all this stuff over here first, and then I'll show you guys what we're going to be doing. Hey, Nomad or Wrench, whatever you want to be called. Oh, no worries. So, here's the hive we're getting into. So the idea what we're going to be doing with this hive today. Awesome. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be hoping that up here is the queen's been laying some brood. If not, I can make something work in this purple case that I have right here. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to make, I told one of my buddies I'd make him a queen out of this hive. So I'm hoping I can get all of this set up and we can get a queen in here. And we can get all of this accomplished and set up. So that's what we're going to be doing. Danger zone, howdy. So let's, let me get that. The first thing I need to do is get the top off. Need to see if there's anything up top. I'm not really on the quest. I know that this is, well, I'll know shortly after getting in here if we're queen right. But we've been queen right. We've been queen right the last couple times. The last couple times I've got into this hive. So this has just been a very, very good hive in general. So I'm gonna see if I put this here. Can you guys see at all? Yeah, you can see okay-ish. I'm gonna deal with this okay-ish for just now, just because I need someplace stable to let this sit for just a second while I take that lid off and unscrew it. And unbolt it, and then we'll get in there and we'll look at it a little bit better. So you guys all might be wondering why I have strap downs. So the strap downs, the strap downs are there to show you how to, it's for the bears and such like that. So hopefully we don't ever come in too much contact with bears or anything here. So I'm actually going to spin the camera around this way. And we're going to pop up here so you guys can see exactly what I'll be doing. I'll try to do it from the side so you guys can see it. And then I'll also get you guys in so we can look down from the top. Giving them a little smoke on the outside. These guys are a little bit rowdier than the other bees I usually deal with. There is a lot of ants in this hive. Let me show you guys. I am not a fan. So I'll take out my stupid gloves. So this is the only hive I've ever had this issue with, but we've got lots of ants up here. So this is something I'm definitely going to have to be addressing and figuring stuff out, because I'm not a fan. So we're gonna pop this frame off here and get a good idea what's going on up here. If I can get that sitting just like that, that should be good. Let's get this turned over so you guys can see me. Man, thanks for the follow. Okay, just get this right here. We're gonna get in here just so I can get this top off, then we'll swing back up here, we'll peek in here so you guys can see it better. I got some of my favorite trusty tools. I do suggest those that are... Thanks, Danger, also for the follow. I do suggest getting both bee tools. You're going to see that a lot of places have both. There's going to be some times that you definitely need this hook end, but this at the end is also going to be useful too. So I do suggest having both. I tend to use this one. I tend to use this one more. So you guys can see quite a few bees here on the lid. You guys are absolutely rocking it. It's just kind of what I wanted. Let's peek on here. Let's look in. Let's look in what's going here. Hope if I know how to maneuver this the right way. So we got a nice clump there. So a lot of times you're going to see the bees. It's a good aerial view. A lot of time you're going to see the bees clumping right there in the middle. So that's something to keep in mind if you live in colder regions. That's how you know what's their natural pattern. Their natural pattern is more of a circle. It probably has a lot to do with their the way they grew up living in trees, and trees are more circular patterns. So like you're going to see that there's going to be a lot more good stuff happening right there in the middle and such. So far these guys are pretty tolerant of what I'm doing. So we're gonna address that and hope that they stay, and hope that they're gonna stay so tolerant of everything that we're doing. So I'm gonna try to see if I can pop you guys real close, pretty much right here on the edge of the hive, so I don't have to go get my right here, and then pan you down so you can kind of see exactly what I'm doing. Let me come over this way a little bit more. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't. Luckily, because we're right here next to my house, I don't actually have to worry so much about bears. They don't come and bother me too much here. But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start over here, and we're gonna start pulling up these frames. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for a frame of brood, because what I want is in the brood. What I want is I want to try to find some brood so that the bees can start making some more stuff. So that's kind of what we're hoping for. Is I can make a new colony. I can find some bees that's the queens. I can hopefully see that the queen has laid some good quality eggs and that we're ready to go. So let me get this piece other here. I don't know if I had told you guys this before, but I'm trying something new. I've recently bought some just pure plastic. In the past, the bees haven't seemed to like plastic, but we're trying something a little bit different this time. So we're gonna get on this frame first. We're gonna take up this frame. We're gonna see what's going on. Usually the frames at the both ends here, you're mostly just gonna find honey. You're not gonna find the brood. I'm expecting right here in these white frames, that's where I'm expecting to see if we have any brood up top. That's where I'm expecting to see it. Again, we're not gonna dig down deep, so I'm not gonna be going crazy. I'm not even gonna get into the second box. We're just gonna peek up here. If I can't get brood out of this box up top, then we'll tomorrow we'll go inspect another box I've got, and I'll do a split from that one. If this doesn't take so long, we are going to do an inspection of another hive today, because I do want to expect. There's one other hive I want to see what it's doing. I don't know if you guys can see how gentle I was with moving that. I've learned that when the gentler you can be when you're trying to break out the first frame, the better it is. Now this is where I wish I could be better at this, but I'm not. Oh, see this, guys? Look at that. That is a lot of capped honey. That's on the inside. Let's spin it and look on the outside. So you guys can see they're pulling out. They're definitely drawing comb out. Probably planning on putting some honey. So this is a wood with plastic. So I'm going to set this guy in here right now just so I've got some room. So it's good to see. I'm really glad to see that these guys are pulling some honey. So very, very excited to see that. That was good. That's a good sign. That means these guys are happy, healthy, doing their thing. These guys are Buckfast. For those that like to know the different types of colonies, these are the Buckfasts. The queen in here I purchased. So she is one from the group that I purchased this year. Okay, so we've got a lot of drone comb and some honey. So if you guys see the stuff that kind of looks like larger popcorn, that's drone comb. But you can also see that there's quite a bit of honey. Quite a bit is honey around, which is fine, because what that'll mean is once those drones hatch, so that's drone comb right there. Boy bees. Once those boys hatch, the bees will just come right in there, and they'll usually fill that up with honey. And the cool thing about drone comb is a little deeper and a little larger than regular comb. So that actually hold a little bit more honey. So that's good to see. Plus, if you see a little bit of drone but not too much, it also means that the hive is nice and healthy. The hive is doing what it is supposed to do. Because you want some drones, you want them to be able to spread their genes, to go out to the bee pub and hook up with some queens out there and spread the genetics. That's one way they spread the genetics of the hive. What's interesting is, other than that, drones are not useful at all. Drones don't even have a stinger. They can't even sting you. Their whole purpose is to go out there and mate and to spread the genes. Now, that being said, while it sounds like a great luxurious life, the drones are the first ones to get kicked out in the winter and the first ones to get cannibalized and killed for the hive. So, pros and cons, guys. Pros and cons. So we've got some capped brood there. That's the capped brood right there. And some honey and some uncapped honey. And let's look on the other side. And on the other side we have some not capped honey yet, and looks like a little bit of brood. Which is, again, remember guys, what we're looking for is, I'm hoping to actually want to grab some brood. So since it looks like we're going to get some, I'm going to go grab the box that I'm going to be putting those in. So give me just 1 second. Okay, I got the box that I needed. That way, we will be good to go. So, thanks for the follow, man. Okay, so we're now gonna get on into this white one, and we're gonna see how much brood there is compared to honey, and decide if this is a frame we're gonna use for the walkaway split to try to make some new queens. So far, this is my best functioning hive that I have. These are the buckwheats. These guys have lived here at the cherry tree. These guys are not exposed to, or I'll refer to it, maybe not is the wrong word. They're very little exposed to radio frequency. So see guys down here, that is something we need to be paying attention to. We got 2 caps down there. So they're at the bottom, which is fine. Which is good though. I actually wanted to see those. Got lots, oh, by the way guys, see that? Got a little honey up here in the corner, if you guys can see how the color changes. So honey up here and all the rest of that is brood. We have a pretty nice pattern. I would say I'm pretty happy with that pattern, nice and full. So I just want to make sure the queen doesn't happen to be hanging out on this side. We don't really want to take the queen with us. I really don't want to take the queen with us at all. So we got some clump. We got a clump right down there, so we do need to inspect that clump. But what I'm going to do first is I'm pretty sure this is what I'm pretty sure that this will do with what I want it to do, especially since they started off with the little cups. So I'm going to put this in the new box. I'd like to see some more bees on this, but for now I think I'm good. So when you do the walkaway split, I do want to make sure that I get enough bees and such. Oh, so let me show you guys so you guys can see. You guys can get a better idea of what's going on. So what's happening is, so if you want to see what this angle looks like, so all of the extra. So right now, since I don't have to set them on the ground just in case the queen happens to be in there, all the hives, all of these I'm taking out are putting there. That one is put in there because that's got the brood, because that's the idea. That's the one that we're gonna, that's the queen starter, which I'm hoping to start a new hive, a new colony with. And then if you want to peek down here into what the hive looks like from this angle, you can see that there's plenty of bees hanging out down there. And then we still have a good amount of bees. We still have a good amount of bees up here doing their thing and such like that. So it's very nice. And they're actually pretty calm. I don't know if you guys can, I'll see if you guys, I'll stick you in here so you guys can hear them. You guys can see they're not really loud, very, very calm. They're very chill right now, which is good, especially since I pulled out 4 frames. I'm guessing I haven't pulled out the queen, because usually when you pull out the queen, they're not going to be this chill. So let me put this back and spin this back around so I can actually see what we're doing. I'm going to put this back in here so we can get in here and start looking down here and getting a few more of these frames out, so we can decide if I've got enough bees and enough comb, or enough brood, I should say, to do our split. So we're going to look at this next white one. We're going to look to see what the comb looks like on here and such like that. So there's pros and cons. I'm only wearing like some of the other bees that I have, like my porch bees, the ones I keep on my porch, and some of the other ones I don't normally wear veil. But these guys in the past have been a little not happy with me. So just for the sake of my sanity today, I'm wearing a veil. I prefer not to wear veils. I prefer to try to train my bees to be chill, but that's not always possible. So, honey, brood. So you guys can see the honey up top. You guys can see the brood down there. On the back side, lots of brood. Lots of bees too. This is a good frame. I do want to make sure I'm gonna peek at this frame real quick, guys. I just do want to make sure she's not up here. I don't think she is, because I'm really not seeing any place where any new larvae or eggs are being laid. gonna put this. I'm gonna put this one right here for right now. That might actually end up being my other one. So we got drone comb in this next one. I can already see the drone comb. And then we're gonna have to do we're gonna have to play some games after this one. Cause I'll be able to remove like one more, so. Yeah, dude, getting stung in the face absolutely sucks. It's happened to me quite a few times. I try to be as chill as possible with my bees, try not to get stung. Usually, if I getting into a couple hives, unless I do something absolutely silly, like knock something over, or drop a frame, or, you know, throw the phone down into the hive, which has happened before too. Usually, if as long as I'm pretty cool, I don't have too much to worry about with getting stung more than like once. We got something going on right here. It's cool. So we just got honey. We just got honey and drone here. So I'm gonna put this one right over here at the side. We're gonna go into this next one. I should be able to, this should be the last one I can get before I have to move the camera, because I think I can dance this around without knocking everything over. Let's get in here and I'll show you guys this one too. Lots of honey. Ooh, this one's nice and heavy. This one's rich with honey. So we got, look at this, rich with honey. Rich with honey. On both sides. Absolutely just jam-packed full. We got some right there at the bottom ready to cap, but this is honey ready. Could I take some of this honey? Yeah. I might actually take a frame of this honey and take it up to one of my weaker hives, just so they've got some resources. I think that's actually a really good idea. So I think what I'll end up doing is I'll end up shaking off a row of bees here. I'll end up shaking off some bees just so I can take their honey and give their honey to somebody else. So sometimes the other hive I've been messing with a little bit, and it's also a walk away, so it's a little bit weaker, so it's good to use. Sometimes it's good to use the resources from these particular hives. So I'm going to set you guys right here for just a second. You guys will still be able to see what I'm doing, but I'm going to quickly go through these three real fast. I'll bring them over so you guys can see them. But what I just want to see is if they're honey rich as well, and then I can make the decision of what I'm going to do under here with those walkaway splits. So you guys can see, also honey rich. So, honey rich. I mean, this is this frame is full. This is the frame I'm gonna take. Actually, nah, this frame is too clean. It's too straightforward. I'm not gonna take this one. I'm gonna use this one as a corner frame. Part of the reason I'm using that as a corner frame is that way they don't build it up against the wall. and they don't jam up stuff. Since that's got a nice clean line in it already, I'm gonna optimize, move that to the edge, and it'll be a nice good corner frame. I like to move the full frames to the corners, just because those are where the bees spend the least amount of time doing their bee thing. See what this one looks like. Yeah, see how this one's not, see how this one is, there's still a lot not full in this one. This one was facing, that was what was facing the wall. And then you guys can see this one, kind of wavy. I'm gonna set this one over here for right now. Not in my way. And I'm gonna bring this one back. Just like so. Got a few guys starting to bump me now. They're starting to get a little irritable, so. Yeah, honey never goes bad. You can just do different ways to process it, but honey will pretty much last forever. That's what's awesome. So you also don't want to take too much of your honey from your bees, because it is their main food source. So that is something to also pay a lot of attention to. Okay, put this here. I don't know what's going on here. We got a little bit of mess in here. I need to figure out how to deal with this mess. I'll show you guys the mess I'm talking about. So I don't know what Honey Joy is. So this is the, I'll show you guys the mess that I'm working on cleaning up. So you guys can see right there where there's some comb. That's going to make it hard for me to put the frames back in. So what I have to do is I've got to carefully scrape up that, but I don't want to smush any bees, and I want to try to save some of that wax. So that's what I'm gonna be working on for just a second here. Okay, that was an action I didn't want to do, so. But, you know, luckily I didn't really tick anybody off, so that's good. Okay, cool. So you see how they cleaned that off pretty well? That was kind of my plan. Now, when I put frames back in there, I won't have to worry so much, but I do need to get this, I do want to get that one off. So, now I can start putting frames back in, and it's definitely a lot cleaner. So yeah, they're definitely getting angrier. So let's see, I'm taking out 3 frames, so I can add 3 frames back in here. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to move you guys over to the other side. So I don't know if you guys can hear, the sound has changed just a little bit. So what that's telling me is they're starting to get annoyed with me, which is fine, because you know, I did just scrape off a bunch of their stuff, so you know, we expect them to be a little bit more annoyed. So I should be able to get the last 3 frames in here. Okay, so I know I'm gonna do this. I'll just shake 2 frames off, it'll be fine. That one will go there. Perfect. So next we're gonna get into the other one, so you guys can see, if I can turn this over this way just a little bit more. Okay, so we're gonna be putting in the rest of the frames, and then I'll show you guys the trick of what I'm gonna do with the last 2 frames, but I'll bring the camera down over here so you guys can see it. So again, guys, for those that are interested, see the stuff that kind of looks like it's popping out? That is drone. This stuff right here is honey, and then there's some more drone. Right there kind of looks like it's a 3-dimensional popping out. That's more drone. So, and then let's put this last one in. Okay, so since I've got quite a few leftover bees, which is actually what I wanted, so you guys, yeah, these guys, you guys can see they're kind of angry. This is why I wear gloves. Part of the reason I wear the gloves is they actually can't sting me through the gloves, and it's not even it's not even that I'm so worried about being stung. The idea is they can't actually sting me through the gloves, so that also means that their stingers, in most cases, don't get pulled out. So if their stingers don't get pulled out, they don't die. And so that is that's very much what I want to happen. Is I don't want the bees to die. They come over and they want to attack for a second, but they're not actually going to sting me and die. That's good. So what we're doing, I'm going to walk over here so you guys can see. So what I'm going to be doing next is I'm going to be putting this. Well, I can actually do this one-handed. Easy. And so just putting the top back on. Trying to make sure there's no bees to squish. Okay. Put the top back on. We're good. You guys can see there's still quite a few bees in there, and then there's the walk-away split that we're going to hopefully to use. And then we got that frame of honey that I'm going to also want to be using as well. But since with this walk-away split, having a good chunk of bees start off in there is very, very beneficial. So give me just a second. I need to set this down again for just a second because I need to, this is a two-handed. What we're going to do here is it's two-handed. I need to put the lid on. Just get that on there so you guys, and then I'll show you guys the next step. Okay, so we've got that. This is, it's got two frames. There's two frames in here. There's a handful of bees. There is some brood. There's not as many eggs as I would like, but they were starting to do some, down here they were already starting to put some pre-queens, or at least thinking about queens. So that works out fine. So I'm going to give them some extra bees. So you guys can see this, you guys can see there's a nice big clump of bees there. I am just going to inspect this just to be double safe, to make sure the queen's not in this. It's always a good idea just to make sure, since I didn't actually see the queen, is to verify. I'm not seeing dancing. So I'm not seeing dancing. Nothing's really drawing my attention saying that there'd be a queen here. But it is always worth just looking, just to make sure anytime you see bees clump up, just want to make sure that the queen didn't just happen to sneak about. Because I wouldn't want to put her in this. Okay, no queen. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to shake these bees into this right here. So okay, that's not going to work the way I wanted it to. That's fine. I'm going to set this right here. So we're going to do it the second tactic that I know how to do. Okay, so what we did is I just raised, if you guys want to see what I did, I just raised it up a little bit. I could probably smoke them off, but the idea is I'm trying to shake them. I want to get as many bees into this additional hive as possible, and shaking them is one of the easier ways to do that. So okay. So that actually worked pretty well. Did pretty much what I wanted it to do. I'm going to try to shake a last little bit of guys that I have up here in there. I'm shaking it over top of this hive because this is the hive that they're from. So they don't get lost. They'll just ultimately crawl down into the bottom part of the hive. So we have a few more guys up this way. You guys can see. So I'm going to try to get these guys and dump them. Into this hive as well. You know, having more bees is better than none. Some will naturally just leave. So, okay. Now I'm going to put the lid on these guys. So I'm going to convince some of these guys to carefully go down in here. Try to limit the number of casualties. Might have been one or two, but I think I did. I think I limited the number. That's why you just don't pop that down. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to let these guys chill out here for just a minute. But we need to go over into the other hive and give these guys some honey. So danger zone. You know, the bee thing I remember being the most scared of as a kid was a MacGyver episode where there was killer bees in a MacGyver episode and he had to do some crazy MacGyvering to not get killed by the bees. That's the that's pretty much the one I remember. Let me put Fernando in because Fernando is acting silly right now. I'm also going to spin the camera around. So Fernando, you guys have never met Fernando. Here's Fernando. So he's ready to go in the house. So here we are. If you guys can take this gloves off for just a second, spin this around so you guys can see. I have the two hives right here on the porch. So this is the hive that we're working on. This is the hive that we're working on building up. And then these are the porch bee hives. So this is the one that we're going to be adding in that sugar and that honey. So I've been feeding them, but I'd rather give them something a little bit more natural to eat, something that bees are more used to eating. So let me get that all in place. I'm trying to figure out a good way to. That's the downfall of not having a cameraman. So let me spin it so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm taking this off because this makes this top heavy. So we're gonna get. Sorry about that, guys. So we're gonna get into this top. Slowly take this top off. We're gonna give these guys a thing of honey up here, so you guys can see. These guys are kind of weak. There's not a whole lot going on up here. There is a queen in here. I just recently queened this, and I just recently moved them to a little bit bigger area. So these guys are a queen that I was given. So I was trying to see if I could start a colony. I've never done this before. I was given a queen, and I was trying to see if I could start a colony from being given a queen. So it kind of sounded like a really fun. It sounded like a really fun challenge. So something I've never done before. Always cool to try new experiments here in the farm. Actually, you know what? I can move this right down here. And then you guys will be able to see what I'm doing. Actually, let me see if I can show you guys the queen if you guys like to see her. So you guys can see some drawn out comb. You guys can see there's not a whole lot of bees in this hive right now. I'm not seeing her right here, so I'm going to guess that she's in this clump. I'm going to guess. Still no eggs. Still no eggs, so... Okay, you guys see right there at the bottom, that big bee that's kind of going right there at the center of the screen now, it's kind of walking by itself, that is the queen. So I'm going to put these guys in here because they know that I found the queen. And again, these are the guys there's not a whole lot of bees in here, so you don't really want these guys to commit suicide and die. So let me get this over here. I'm going to pop that frame in right there. That honey frame. Put the honey frame in this direction. So now they have a little bit more comb now, which is good. They also have some food, which is what they need to give them a heads up. And then I'm going to put this back up here. And I'll put the water bottle back up top. And let me just get this back in place for just a second, guys. When it gets dark, I'm going to go move that other... When it gets dark, I'm going to go move those other guys. And get that checked out. I think I might have enough time. I'm trying to look at daylight and get my tool. We might have enough time to go check out one more hive that I really want to see how well they're doing. Make sure they're not all too covered up. So we're gonna go. We can go jump and do that real fast. I'm gonna grab one of the other tools that I need. Okay. I'll spin the camera around so instead of looking at me, you guys can see a fun walk. So there's my guineas. So I have a few guinea fowl. Haven't been breeding them enough lately, so I do need to spend more time. Oh, some of you might have not seen my house. I'll let you guys. I'm very proud of my house. So I live in an 1897 Queen Anne Victorian. A lot of restoration for it. You guys can see it's got different paint. Setting up different types of paint schemes. So you can't really see it that good. The sun's kind of blocking it. So okay, let's head back on to the lab. Well, for those that like to see the day, beautiful, beautiful day. A little hazy because of the wildfires out west have caused some issues, but other than that, very lovely, very lovely. Oh, those that I'll show you guys the 2 new locations if you guys haven't seen where I put the new cameras. So I put one camera there, so you guys can look down on the pond as I'm reconstructing it and making it a little bit nicer. And then the one camera is right there at like duck head level. So when the ducks walk by and such, it's a nice cool duck head level. So there's one of my micro experiment gardens, just always trying different things in here. This was trying some cabbage and some Brussels sprouts. And I think some of you guys have known that I talk about Jimson weed. So, and I always try to grow a little bit of Jimson weed every year. So here's some Jimson weed. There's what the spike, there's what the fruit looks like. And then when the bloom, a nice beautiful white bloom. And then tomatoes. Okay, so we're gonna go over to, this is the peach hive. So we're gonna come over here and see what's going on at the peach hive. I wanna make sure they're queen right. What we're gonna be looking for is the queen. That's the main thing that's gonna be on our quest today, is to try to make sure I have the queen. Let me spin this around for just a second. You don't make it that long, dude. Just, you have to retire early and start making some sacrifices today. Because in the long haul, living the life you want to live is what the dream is, and the sooner you can do it, the better. So I've been blessed with all the stuff that I can do. So okay, let's see if I put you guys right here. Will you guys be able to see anything? Kind of. You can see stuff good enough that I should be able to show you the queen and everything else, because that's kind of the goal. Okay, got this locked in pretty well. So last time I checked this, I did not see a queen. But I saw a bunch of eggs and all the good stuff. So yeah, dude, yeah, not sure what you're doing or where you're at, but I feel for you. My suggestion is, if you live someplace or you have a profession that makes you do something that you don't currently morally agree with, then it's now the time to start figuring out how to do something else. So Okay, so let's look at this a little bit closer. So we got some honey over here, some dark honey. Look and try to see in the middle. Ooh, they got some, I don't know if you guys can see the little tiny egg dots. We got some eggs in the middle, which is good, which means that there was a queen on here laying sometime soon. And we got some nice brood over here. So let me just see. I'm going to peek to see if I can see her. Okay, she's not on this side. So I'm going to be pretty confident that I can carefully put this here. And she's not going to bother me. Okay, we're going to peek onto this next one. We're going to look into this one, see how this one's looking. You can see that they're, if you guys can see them flying at me, you can tell these guys are a little bit angry. These guys are, the sun's already set on these guys, so these guys are about, these girls are about getting ready for bed. So a lot of the soldiers are right here, up top, wanting to protect the hive. Look at that brood, man. Whew. Totally. If I wanted to with this hive, man, I could totally do a walkaway split with this hive. I might even consider that because that is brood heavy. Whew. So what that is, guys, is that is a nice, beautiful brood pattern. And that is a lot of brood, and you got a little bit of honey stuck up here in the corner. She is doing a rocking job. Rocking job. I didn't see her on that, so but I found eggs on this first one, so I'm genuinely not, even if I don't end up finding her today, the fact that I just saw some fresh eggs makes me confident that she's in here. Look at that brood pattern, guys. Whew. Still looking nice. Still looking real nice. So that's 2 frames with just absolutely lovely, lovely brood pattern. This next one looks like it's gonna be some honey. I might have to, these guys might be ready to upgrade. Might be something I have to do tomorrow. Because these guys are starting to tell me that they need a bigger house. And I can't stack on these ones, so I might just go switch out and get a bigger house. So I might bring them over a bigger house so I can get some more bees, and I'm gonna have to baby these guys because I'm just impressed. Look at that. That's even still a nice pattern. And look, they built on the bottom of this one, even though this was the wrong kind of frame I stuck in here. Okay, so they still have some room down here in the bottom, so that's good to know. Lots of eggs down here as well. Hey, quick peek, didn't see her. But again, we're just quickly peeking. Let's get this last one. See what's going on in this one. We've got honey on the top, but I'll be real interested to see what this one does because this is a corner piece. So usually, traditionally, the corner pieces, like we'd said before, they don't have as many, the brood and honey's not as strong, but since this guy's a smaller box and these guys are absolutely rocking it, it will be interested to see what we end up having here. Lots of bees. Lots of brood. Just a couple drones. Oh, there she is, guys. Cool. You guys, look right there at the center of the screen. Top. Trying to put her right there in the center. You guys can see her running around. She's got a nice black butt. Let's go this way. Keep her right there in the center. You guys can see how she looks different than everybody else. That's the queen. Interesting to have her on the outside like that. I'm going to be extra careful. I'm going to put her right back like so. I'm going to put this frame in one. Okay. And then we're going to stick this one back in, and we are good. We've seen the queen. We're queen right. These guys would like a little bit more room, probably in a week or so. Something I'll have to keep in mind. But other than that, I'm not seeing anything that's resembling varroa mites on these guys. Like, these guys are just rocking it. They're pretty calm. They're nice looking bees. Yeah. I'm very happy with, very happy with this. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm going to be doing a show tonight. Typical. It's not farm related. It's my weekly show where we talk about a variety of subjects. I like to try to stick with subjects that are popular. Tonight we're going to talk about let me get the camera. Tonight we're going to talk about dating and other default settings that humans have, because I've doing some interesting reading on the internets, and some weird people have been asking some really weird questions, and so I thought I should address some of those tonight and give some funny things. It's probably we probably won't start till a little bit closer to 10 o'clock Eastern time, so something for some of you guys to look forward to. I normally start about 9:15, but I'm going to start a little later this evening, so we'll start a little bit later this evening. But no, we're very, I'm pretty happy with everything with the bees today. Things turned out very well. We moved the bees around that I wanted to move. I got inspected, we inspected 3 hives today. At least 2.5. So 2.5 of my 11, which is good. I found out that if I really wanted to do another walkway split, those guys are absolutely ready to go. So, yeah, my hat's like all crooked on my face, on my head. No worries. So, no, I wanted to thank you guys that came with me on this fun adventure. I think we got a lot accomplished. We got to see, you guys got to see more queens than I normally get to find. So that was that's always nice. So sometimes I have a tough time. Sometimes I have a tough time finding the queens. I can't always find them. And so being able to find them as quickly as we did today worked out really well. So usually we do bee inspections on Saturdays or Sundays. Sometimes both, depending on what kind of chores I have to do. Thursday nights are when we do our fun show. We just talk about whatever's on people's minds. By the way, guys, if you want to join in on the show, you guys can join the Discord, which is just !Discord, !Discord now, and you can join in on the Discord, and you'll be able to just jump into the show and give your opinions, give things that you want to talk about, help control the show in the way that you can that way. And we'll go in probably maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we'll go up to the market garden and we'll see how well the corn, the Three Sisters. Some of you know that I was focusing on doing the Three Sisters tactic this year. And so that's where you grow squash and potato. Squash and... I just went blank. Squash, corn, and peas or beans together. There you go, figured it out. And you let them grow together, and so in a small yield area, you get all three. So we'll do that. And tomorrow, I have to mix some kombucha, and so I might just do a little kombucha class. So because I need to be mixing up kombucha, because on Tuesday I actually have to, in real life, I have to go to the library, and I teach sustainable gardening series. My sustainable gardening series, and this month we're teaching kombucha. That'll be Tuesday, 27th in Bluefield. So I'll be at the library on that Tuesday teaching a physical class. So now that I can finally start getting back and teaching physical classes again. So that's which is great, which means that I should be able to start doing classes here on the farm as well. So hopefully that'll be something I can very much look forward to. I'm very much looking forward to getting back into doing hands-on, teaching folks and getting you here right in front of me so you can ask me the questions so that we can make the world a little bit better. We can solve the problems, and we can raise some bees and chickens and ducks and all that kind of stuff, and you guys can eat well and make food and make your own medicine, and I don't know if you just want to do it for fun or you want to do it to survive. Totally up to you. Well, anyways, friends, it's Doc. Thank you guys for joining me today. Again, look forward tonight at about 10 Eastern, !Discord if you want to join the chat. And everyone else, I will see you guys later. Adios.